What is going on, Glitcher Gang? It is your boy GlitcherBro23 here. Hey man, real quick before the video starts, I just want to say that I will be going live here on YouTube on February 11th at 4 p.m. Central Time. We're running it back with the 2022 tier list live stream. If you guys are unaware, I actually tried doing this stream earlier within the year and things didn't go as planned. So we're running it back this Saturday, February 11th at 4 p.m. Central Time. If you guys can tune in and show some love, I'd really appreciate it. If not, that's completely fine. I understand. Those tier lists will be turned into videos eventually, but I really appreciate if you guys come through and support the homie. But other than that, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let's get on into it.
In a flame with my brain, in a fire with my mind. 50 bands in a day, wanting more, but I'm straight.
What is going on, Glitcher Gang? It is your boy GlitcherBro23 here, back with another Immortal Technique reaction. This time we got another track. That was the wrong screen that I clicked. From the Third World album of his, produced I think by DJ Green Lantern. Open Your Eyes. If I'm not mistaken, Immortal Technique is flying solo on this one. We finna check this out. If you guys want to see more Immortal Technique reactions, as always, do me a huge solid. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for new, comment what you want to see next, share your thoughts and opinions about the track, my reaction to it by the end of the video. If you guys want to join the Glitcher Gang Discord, as always, links down below in the description along with the reaction request form for those of you who want to see me react to requests sooner or later. But we finna just check this out. We got a very different, I reacted to a very different type of track by Immortal Technique earlier today. So we finna just go straight on into this one. Open Your Eyes. I can only imagine. I can literally only imagine what he's about to say with this track. Let's get it.
Open your eyes before you die. Open your eyes before you die.
We're here because of you.
That's just a little creepy.
Open your eyes before you die.
We're
Sounds
here
like Cindy Lou
because
Who
you
from
were
like
there.
the realistic Grinch movie singing that.
We've arrived from every corner of the planet to this nation to seek the fulfillment of the promise of America. We were promised a better life in our home countries, where we were told that privatizing water and electricity would make things run more efficiently. Instead, the quality remained almost the same, and the price was increased until it became an unaffordable luxury. Some corporations are more efficient than government, but their motivation is not the health or well-being of the people. It's only about profit. Everything else, their image, their human resources, their public relations, only exist to protect the reality behind it. Once upon a time, we were told that nationalization would prevent growth by limiting competition, that our countries were nothing without the companies that invested in us. And so they privatized everything. Everything in our country was owned by people that had no connection to our culture.
Is this just another? Is this like the Poverty of Velocity track? Like, is this just another track where he just kind of spits a lot of real knowledge, like, or a lot of truth, realistic knowledge? Is that what this is? Because that's what kind of vibes already get into it. I was expecting like a verse at this point, but even looking at the timestamps, you know, they're just labeled. The first one was the intro, then you got nationalization, corruption, third world, and then the outro. If that's the case, let me take this back. Let me take this back a little bit. Try to pick up everything he's laying down.
Life in our home countries where you were there.
Eyes before you die.
We're here because you were there.
Open your eyes before you die.
We've arrived from every corner of the planet to this nation to seek the fulfillment of the promise of America. We were promised a better life in our home countries, where we were told that privatizing water and electricity would make things run more efficiently. Instead, the quality remained almost the same, and the price.
Whoa. So he's basically saying right there, we came over to America because we heard all these great things that are helping the country like run properly. But he's like, instead, when we got here, we saw all these things that were praising America are just as bad as over there in his country. You know what I mean? Like, he's talking about, I don't know where he's talking about specifically, but he's basically like saying these things that America praises ain't really all that. Water, electricity, like, come on.
would make things run more efficiently. Instead, the quality remained almost the same, and the price was increased until it became an unaffordable luxury. Some corporations are more efficient than government, but their motivation is not the health or well-being of the people. It's only about profit. Everything else, their image.
It's only about profit. He said the government here trying to help people in poverty. It's all ran. Cash rules everything around me. Like, it's all about the money. At the end of the day, if the government wanted to help solve world hunger, solve homelessness, they would have done it at this point. But nothing comes without a price.
Their human resources,
Nothing
their public
free.
relations only exist to protect the reality behind it. Once upon a time, we were told that nationalization would prevent growth by limiting competition, that our countries were nothing without the companies that invested in us. And so they privatized everything. Everything in our country was owned by people that had no connection to our culture, by those who never had our interest at heart. They didn't care about our survival or well-being. They just wanted to turn a profit by raping the land, by exploiting our people, our industry, and our resources. They took everything we built and made it theirs. First, by creating race.
They took everything that we built and made it theirs. Now, like I said, I don't know exactly what country he's specifically like referring to, or he's speaking for right here. He's speaking against America and how basically everything that it's praised for is just as negative as an impact as it is a positive impact on the country. You know what I mean? But like I said, once again, I don't know who he's representing, like on this track, what country he's kind of representing. I don't know if it's just the African community or if there's a bigger like country or a bigger country that he's supposed to be speaking from, perspective that he's speaking from. You know what I mean? It could be Asia, or not Asia, China. It could be Japan. Like, it could be literally any third world country. You know what I mean?
Industry and all resources. They took everything we built and made it theirs. First, by creating racism to justify slavery, building the capital for capitalism. And then, when they gave us what they called liberty, everything we had was still.
And even then, when he's speaking about racism and like how it's slavery, it doesn't just refer to Africans. Like African slavery, there could be Chinese slavery too. There could be Mexican slavery. Like, he could literally be speaking from any country that's not America right now. Any country. You know what I mean? And just talking about how America has turned their products into their own. Other third world countries into their own products and benefited from these other countries. You know what I mean? Come on. This is exactly, or not exactly, but this is pretty much a poverty of philosophy for this album. I wonder if he has a track like that on every album now that I think about it. Because he had it on The Revolutionary Volume 1. And this is basically the poverty of philosophy for this Third World album. So I wonder if there's one for Revolutionary Volume 2 too.
Still owned by them. Our governments told us that socialism was the real enemy and that we would have freedom, but the foreign powers and corporations were the ones with the real freedom. The freedom to take all the wealth generated by our work and our land and give us only a small percentage of the scraps from the table. Their lust for power and their greed drove them to betray not only us, but themselves and the word of their own God. And while some used missionaries and donations to offset this abuse, other countries and companies were blatant with their crimes, using war, disease, and sanctions that killed millions. They supported corrupt governments that were almost like the old slave masters in their...
Oh my God. So, he's basically saying right there, even though there's people making these donations to a better cause, there's all these other things that are happening that are way worse that kind of just like that can't be swept under the rug, like, and then he refers to the government just straight up like to slave masters. Like, there's a lot, dude, there's so much being said. And sometimes I think what I realize about this in the poverty of philosophy, sometimes if you're trying to get a message across, it's too difficult to wrap it, you know. And maybe that's what the poverty of philosophy was. Maybe it was just easier to speak the thoughts that Immortal Technique had as is, you know what I mean, instead of trying to bend it and put it into a song. He just said it like it's a speech, you know what I mean. I think that's exactly what he's doing with here. Huge respect for this. Just as much props as I gave him on Poverty of Philosophy, I give him his props on this one. Like, I think this one, honestly, we're like just about to hit halfway through, and I think he's covered a lot more than what he did on Poverty of Philosophy. And that track, I think, was 6 minutes long.
Their repression of the people, because their loyalty was to those who enabled them, installed them, and kept them in power. They became the bastard children of American industry, kleptocracies, governments of thievery. They protected the corporations and went to war against their own people to preserve those profits. The puppet rulers were given billions of U.S. tax dollars to fund civil wars, right-wing death squads, execute political dissidents, sympathetic clergy, and even overthrow democratically elected governments. And so the age of revolution began again. They painted it as godless terrorists versus the free world and the free market. But the free market has never been free because the market does not regulate itself.
The free market has never been free. What did I say earlier? I just said it. Everything comes with a price. Nothing, and seriously nothing in life is free. There's one thing I think that everyone across this globe needs to know, is that nothing is free. Absolutely nothing is free.
Versus the free world and the free market. But the free market has never been free because the market does not regulate itself. It is manipulated like a puppet, and it survives because of its image. Destroy the image and the
free market is manipulated like a puppet, and it survives only because of its image. See, there's so... What the hell, man? Oh my god. Yeah, I'm almost thankful that with this and Poverty of Philosophy, Immortal Technique just said it how it is. Because all this, if he didn't just say it straightforward like this, probably would have went completely over my head. You know what I mean? Like, I love reacting to Immortal Technique songs. But the speeches are just as powerful, if not more powerful than the tracks he makes. You know what I mean? Like, and they probably, and just like how Poverty Philosophy may have set up what was the next track, this probably sets up and leads nicely into whatever the next track is on this Third World album. You know what I mean? So
it survives because of its image. Destroy the image and the enemy will die. Such is the same in the rap industry. For the major label superpowers treat the underground like the third world. When they need new assets, new artists to prostitute or sign and put on the shelf to use their songs. When they needed new concepts, music, and publishing to steal from producers, they came to the under...
Okay, so now this Third World, it seems like this Third World, like... It seems like this Third World segment right here. It seemed like each one of these segments have focused on a specific topic, hence the name on them. But it seems like this third world segment is going into specifically more about the corruption within the hip hop industry.
The shelf to use their songs when they needed new concepts, music, and publishing to steal from producers. They came to the underground, to the third world.
Whoa.
They took our culture, our property, and our industry.
So he's saying the music industry kind of robs the third world, aka the underground scene in hip hop, when they need new ideas, new samples, like new things to like new beats. Basically, how the hip hop industry is robbing the third world, aka the underground, just like the government, the U.S. government robs other countries from their products, from just their products in general. That's so fucking deep. Y'all don't even know how deep this is. Like, y'all know how deep this is. That's why y'all watching. But holy shit, that ain't some of the motherfucking realest shit you've ever heard.
And our resources, even using our own people to help them exploit us. But behind the mask of efficiency they claim that we need to succeed, they're no better than us. Their economic advertisement was always a lie. A few got rich, but most were given an illusion of wealth, almost as if it was designed for failure. Opportunity comes at the price of the soul in the music. So remember what they are underneath the fancy architecture. Glitter and rented jewelry, the cars, the IMF loans, the seeds with suicide genes, 20-year contracts and oil blood money. Build your defenses, my independent brothers and sisters. They'll stop at nothing to get what they want. They paint the third world underground as savage and backward, but the superpowers are no less corrupt. They've just learned to disguise it better, cause they fix elections too. They embezzle tax money, they go to war for resources. They fund terrorism for their own benefit, and when there's enough at stake, history's taught us
they fund terrorism for their own benefit. See, like, he's comparing the way the hip hop industry robs the underground scene to the way the U.S. government robs other countries. Like, that's so crazy. That's so fucking bold. But if it ain't some of the realest shit you ever heard, come on. Come on, y'all. You cannot deny how real this shit truly is, man.
Sources, they fund terrorism for their own benefit, and when there's enough at stake, history's taught us that they'll even assassinate their own presidents.
Oh, snap. Yo. There is no need for that. As history has taught us, they'll even murder their own presidents. What the hell, man? What the actual hell? That's... incredible, man. That's all I can say. What else do y'all want me to say, man? Like, what can I say that Technique didn't say? That's so wild. That's... we gotta end it off that, man. We gotta end this session off on that. That's so... I got nothing. I got nothing, y'all. Like, I got nothing. Everything that had to be said was said there. That's crazy. Just another reason, another, like, amount of respect gained for Immortal Technique on that one. That was insane. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about that in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, if you guys want to see more Immortal Technique reactions, I can never close off a video without my dad yelling at our dog. Y'all want to see more Immortal Technique reactions? Do me a huge solid now. Hit that like button if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel for new. Comment what you want to see next. Share your thoughts and opinions about the track, my reaction to it. You guys want to join the Glitcher Gang Discord? Links in the description. I'm gone, y'all. I'm gone. I'm gone. That was beautiful. I'm gone.